If you're a Gilbert resident, you've likely heard about water rates lately.
Water bills skyrocketing in Gilbert.
Increases in their monthly water bills.
Their bills have reportedly gone up as much as $500.
This coming April, most residents will likely see another increase in their water rate. But why? We just had an increase. And why is water so expensive? There's a lot of layers to unpack here. By the end of the video, you should have a better understanding how we got here, but more importantly, how much it's going to impact your wallet. So let's start with the big question. Why is water getting so expensive? The short answer, it's getting harder to get. Take a look at this. This is Lake Mead. This is one of the many reservoirs Gilbert and the entire Southwest region depend on. That ring is where water used to be. It's the result of long-term drought across the Southwest. And as supply decreases, naturally prices start to go up. Just to give you guys an idea, the cost of CAP water, that's the Central Arizona project, since 2020 has gone up 73%. That translates to about $3.5 million more each year. As Colorado River supplies have shrunk, communities across Arizona have turned to alternative sources. These alternative sources, they don't come cheap. In 2019, Gilbert paid $5,200 per acre foot for water from the San Carlos Apache tribe. Today, communities are paying $20,000 per acre foot for the same amount. Obviously, we have a supply problem. And what do you do when your supply is at risk? You diversify and you find new resources.
And the town's going all in. Gilbert's drilling 8 new wells, laying new pipes, replacing old ones, and completing the town's biggest infrastructure project ever, the North Water Treatment Plant, scheduled to start coming online this summer.
And we're doing all this to ensure that every drop of water we have doesn't go to waste. Yeah, it's pretty good, right?
Inflation is
Sky-high inflation.
Inflation data
that shows inflation rose, prices surging.
But it's honestly a huge factor. I want you guys to take a look at this chart.
You'll notice the costs have more than doubled in the last 10 years. This is related to things outside the town's control, like supply chain delays, labor, materials, maintenance, and obviously construction.
So you're probably thinking, okay, but we've been keeping up with these costs, right?
What do you see here, or what do you not see? We've had these long periods where water rates didn't increase. The lack of these increases, combined with the current drought and rise in costs, it was the perfect storm. Town leadership realized rates need to go up, and they need to go up significantly.
Otherwise, Gilbert won't be able to deliver the water that residents depend on.
Instead of a one-time 116% increase, council decided to do a phased approach. 48% increase in 2024, 25% increase in 2025, and now we're heading into the final installment. There are 2 options being considered today. Option A will see a 25% increase in 2026. Option E is a phased approach, meaning a 14% increase in 2026 and an additional 14% in 2027.
But how does this impact your bill? To answer that, we need to do a quick refresher on how we actually calculate this.
Your total utility bill breaks down into these sections: water, sewer, environmental compliance, trash and recycling, and tax, which only applies to water. These rates are fixed. They don't change. But water breaks down into 2 parts: your meter-based fee and your consumption. The meter base is fixed, just like the other categories, and is determined by your meter size. Most Gilbert residents will have a 3/4 inch meter. A small percentage may have a 1-inch meter. Then there's consumption, how much water you actually use. This is variable, and we use a tier system. These are going to work like tax brackets. Everyone pays the same rate until they hit the next tier.
The reason we use this system is to incentivize low water use, because obviously as you use more water, the more that water is going to cost.
The proposed rate changes will apply to both the meter-based rate and the water consumption tier pricing. Interestingly, 57% of Gilbert's water bills fall into tier 1. About 32% fall into tier 2, so close to 90% stay in those lower tiers.
Good job.
By adding up all these numbers, you're going to get your total charges.
One of the tools we have on our website called the monthly utility bill calculator, it will give you an overview of the proposed rate options. You can select the categories that best reflect your own situation.
Let's go with 15,000 gallons. Okay, so this is going to be an above average user. Current existing bill would be $186.07. With option A, your utility bill goes to $208.72, which is a difference of about $22. With option E, it will go up $198.97 in 2026, about $13. In 2027, it's going to $212.16, another $13.
And these are the trade-offs. Do you go with a higher rate today, or do you go with a phased approach and pay more in the long run? Indoor water use. That's any water used inside your house, toilets, shower, washing machine. All indoor water use can be treated and reused. However, outdoor water use, we cannot recapture that water. Nearly 50 to 70% of residential water use is outdoors. So there's a huge opportunity to improve here. We've got a variety of programs to make it easy. Many residents are already taking advantage of the free water efficiency checks, utility discount programs, and conservation workshops. You can find all the details on Gilbert's website. Using less water outdoors means lower bills for you and less strain on the community's water resources. Water conservation is a shared responsibility that we all need to take a part in. The town's taken every measure to cut and save where we can, totaling about $239 million in cost mitigation and prioritization. Without it, we'd be looking at a 55% increase today. When we look at the challenges ahead,
Historic drought, rise in costs, and years without regular rate adjustments,
it's clear that the system that we've relied on can't sustain without action.
that means investing now into infrastructure, water resources, and a future where Gilbert secures its own water supply.
Because water, it's not optional, it's life, and it's our responsibility to protect it.